Today we're going to make these super cute paper hedgehogs. So to get started, we are going to need some supplies. So you're going to grab some scissors, some glue, you're going to need a pencil. I'm going to use a black marker, but you can use a crayon or a pencil crayon. I also need some paper. I'm using black for the nose, white for the eyes, and brown for my hedgehog, and I'm also using a ruler. Now if you don't have these colors, that's okay. Grab whatever you would like. But what you want to do is start off by moving everything to the side, and then you want to pick up a piece of paper using for your hedgehog. So I'm going to use brown for my hedgehog. And with that brown, I want to make sure that I have a certain length going up and down and a certain width going to our left and right. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm just going to show you that my page is about 23 centimeters going down. Now yours doesn't have to be exactly that length. That's about 9 inches. But you want it to be fairly close to that. And then I'm going to go now to the width, and I'm going to measure my width, which is going to be 7 centimeters across. So I'm going to line up my 0 right at the beginning here to the left, and I'm going to put a little tick at 7 centimeters. That's about just over 2.5 inches if you're using inches. Then I'm going to take my ruler and draw a line from top to bottom, and I'm going to cut it out. So what you are eventually going to end up with is a fairly long rectangle. So if your rectangle is a little bit longer, that's okay. If it's a little bit shorter, that's also okay. Once you have your rectangle, you're going to take some glue and put a little bit of glue on one end, and then you want to curl up the other end and just stick those together. So don't push it down. You still want a little loop. So here you can see the loop inside. And then you're going to take your pencil, and on the tips, you're just going to put a little curved edge on those straight right angles. So curve those off, so just a little curve, and then you're going to cut them out. So you want them to be rounded. Round those off. Once those are rounded off, you're just going to put that to the side. Then you're going to grab the rest of your brown paper, or if you're using a different color, that's okay. But this is what we're using to make the little spikes for the hedgehog. So I'm going to take my piece of paper, and I'm going to fold it over once. And then I'm going to fold it over again. So I folded once, I folded twice, and I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw my little kind of spikes for my hedgehog. To do that, I'm going to start at the top. So put a little dot kind of at the top, and I'm going to curve a little bit over to the left, go all the way down to the bottom, and then go back to the top, curve a little bit over to the right. So all I did was start at the top, curve to the left, went back, curve to the right, and then I'm going to cut that out. And that's going to be one of my little sets of spikes. Then I'm going to take one of those and use it as a tracer. I've already got the paper folded and I have a little bit of space left, so I'm going to trace again and cut some more. Now if it didn't work, it's not a problem. All you want to do is cut a whole bunch. I think right now I'm looking at I have 8 of them. So just cut a whole bunch and you can use those later. If you don't need them all, that's also okay. Then I'm going to grab my black piece of paper. This is going to be for my nose. So I want my nose to be about the right size. I'll just put it right underneath my hedgehog body here and draw an oval. So I'm just estimating the size I want for my nose. I'm going to draw that right on my black piece of paper, and then I'm going to also cut that out. You can make your nose bigger or smaller. The one thing about making a craft is you get to be as creative as you would like. It doesn't have to look exactly like my craft. Just like I'm using brown paper, you don't have to. I'm using black for the nose, you don't have to. You get to be creative. Or you can copy it exactly, it's up to you. So I like the size of my nose, so I'm going to grab my white paper, I'm going to fold it over, and this is going to be for my eyes. I'm going to take my pencil, and I am going to draw my eyes right on here. So I'm just going to draw a circle, and I'm going to cut that out. Because I folded my piece of paper, I only need to cut once, and I'm going to end up with 2 eyes that are congruent. So the same shape and same size. If something didn't work, no problem. All you want to do is make sure you end up with 2 eyes. So even if you have to cut out one and then cut out another, that is not a problem. So there are my eyes. This is where my black marker comes in, and if you use a pencil crayon or a black crayon, that's also okay. I'm just going to put this over top of my black paper so it doesn't go through on my workspace, and I'm going to draw the pupil right inside. So I'm just drawing a black circle right inside. I'm going to color that in. There we go. This would be cute to use googly eyes as well if you had them. Now, we are ready to do some assembling. I'm going to grab my glue, and the first thing I'm going to do is put that nose right at the front. I like to have mine right in the middle. And then I'm going to put my eyes on. Now when you are gluing your eyes on, you just have to be careful that you don't squish down your hedgehog. So I just stick my hands kind of in behind, like underneath there, and then I can put my one eye on and put my second eye wherever you would like them. You can have your eyeballs facing whichever direction you would like. When you're happy with that, you are ready for all those little pieces that we made for our little spikes. I like to start right in the middle. So I'm going to start right in the middle, and then I can work my way around. It doesn't matter where you start. They can go in any order that you would like. You get to be creative, but I'm going to start here right in the middle, kind of in between those two eyes. That's where my first one's going to go. And then I will just put glue on the next one, and I'm going to put it in beside. So I'm going to put one to the left. I just place it so I think that it looks good. You can see mine are sticking up. I didn't put glue on the whole thing. I just put it on the tip so they're still sticking up. Then I'm going to put glue on another one, and I'm going to stick that one over on the right-hand side so it goes a little bit to the right. So now I have 3 right in the front. You might have space for more than that. It's completely up to you. Yours might not be exactly the same, so don't worry. You just want them sticking up. Then what I'm going to do is layer in behind. So I've got my 3 on the top, and now I have some that I want to layer in behind those 3. So I put a little bit of glue. I'm going to go in between 2 of them. So you can see I'm going in between 2 and just placing it in behind so that you can actually see them. There you go. And I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on. I'm going to go in between my other 2 and place that one in behind. They're still sticking up there, so you can see everything sticking up. Hope that helps, that you get a better view. You could stop there, or you could add some more. I think I'm going to add another one. I think I'll go right over here to the left, so it's kind of sticking out over to the left-hand side of my hedgehog. And I think I'll do the same thing over on the right. You can see I'm just looking at my craft and deciding as I go. So there we go. I could add another layer if I wanted to, but I think he looks really cute just the way he is. And I'll show you that I have another one. There we go. I hope you enjoyed making our hedgehogs. Thanks for joining me on Craft Club for Kids. Remember, be creative and have fun.